my setup yet. So, hello Tony Parkinson, Vancouver 7. If I missed any Ivy food cooking, new viewer to the channel. This is Vancouver International Airport, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. The JetFlix TV channel. My name is Henry Tenby. I'm your presenter. This is our regular Thursday show. Up, nose up, yeah, attaboy. Beautiful. United coming out, and yeah, it's pretty much, I'm just gonna have to take a break, I think, just because, as I say, I'm not completely set up here. I just want to miss this action. WestJet on the roll at speed. We got a rotation out of her. That was nice. Beauty. Beautiful thing. Okay, it's Avro time. Definitely, we can't miss the Avro. We cannot miss the Avro. That wouldn't be good. There's our beautiful Avro liner. Summit Aviation. Out of Vancouver, WhisperJet. They're usually not early rotations on the Avro liners just because they're a bit underpowered. It's an older generation airliner, so I'm not holding my breath for an early rotation. Not to be. But maybe we'll wait for a climb out sequence from our usual spot. The Avro liner should present about there. There it is. Climbing into the warm Vancouver air. We're about 20 degrees right here in Vancouver, 20 degrees Celsius. We're a little bit cooler than we've been. The heat dome that we've been under here in Vancouver is releasing, and we're getting some cooler weather for sure. We got another aircraft hot on the heels here. Air Canada bus. Very quickly, back down to the button. Focus. Zoom out and then zoom in. There we go. Still doesn't want to focus, does it? Zoom out, zoom in. Yeah. Okay, now maybe I can get a break here just to finish my setup. Not totally set up yet, so well, this aircraft's rolling. As I say, I don't have my phone with the aircraft with flight radar information set up yet, so I don't know where the aircraft are going. finish my setup now because I've got to get things set up, and I'm not set up, so just bear with me here. Set up here. We have unbelievable amount of airplanes waiting to depart. I haven't had a chance to count them, but it's a lot. Probably, I don't know, 20 airplanes. We've got a huge amount of aircraft. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the show. Sound issue. It's not sure what the cause. Test. I've reattached the cables. Maybe if you guys could let me know if we've got an improvement on the sound. I've put everything back in. Better. It was just, I guess, a loose cable because I just unplugged everything and then replugged it back in. So, moving back, look at all the airplanes. It's just unbelievable. I think, as I say, there's probably 15 airplanes lined up here waiting to depart. Our next departure is, if I can figure it out, it's an A321. Heading to Toronto, Air Canada Flight 104. Right there. Test. Yes, test. Here we go. Race. Speed. Destination Toronto Pearson. It's like an aircraft carrier here. We're just launching airplanes at a furious pace. Air North turning on to the active. We might get a rotation out of Air North because they're usually not too heavy out of here. stunning. Back to the button. Yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen, just because Air North usually are not 100% full, and they're just able to pull off that rotation before the building shows up. Okay, Dash 8 on the roll. Okay, our Central Mountain Dash 8 is turning on to the active. Sorry about the fast camera movement, but what's happening here very quick. And of course, we've got a heavy arriving on the north side as well. I haven't had a chance to even glance at my phone here, because it is one aircraft after another. So I'm not able to tell you the destinations of the aircraft, just because there's no time. It was back and forth, back and forth. Out of this aircraft, though. We did. Nice one, actually, too. Quite a nice rotation. Okay, back. Maybe I'll have a chance to glance at my flight radar app to see what's going where here. If I have a breather. No, I don't. I really don't have a breather. It's just bang, 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 one after another. It's kind of the way we like it. Back down to the ground. This is back. I hope you're not getting seasick, because it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, maybe we've got a break here. Maybe we got a break. Let me check the flight radar. Oh, hello, Rich, Sid and Andy 34, Venkman, Jim Jam Birds. Good morning, Butter Productions. I see some of the regulars in the house, which is awesome. Yeah, just already there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 airplanes ready to go. We've got Newark, Air Canada 548 to Newark, taxiing onto the active right now. Max, of course. There's our Newark service. Airspeed's alive. Blades moving. You can see the shadows of helicopter blades, and our next airplane is already on the runway. Who might that be? Delta SkyWest connection heading to Seattle, of all the places. I missed it. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. The camera just... BizJet, Challenger, Canadian Reggie. Where's it going? I don't know. Oh, we can have a look at it. You guys are probably curious about the Challenger. Yeah. Canadian Reggie on it. hopping today. Okay, back to the active. Back to the active. And we're United. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to even look at the chat. I haven't had a chance to look at the flight radar because it is. I'm either going to run the camera or run the chat. So I think we've just got to focus on doing the spotting. And once I get a breather here, I can come into the chat and come into the flight radar and figure out what's going on. All I can tell you is it's intensely busy here. The first 15 minutes of our show have just been pandemonium. Yeah, nice rotation on the United. Beautiful. We still got airplanes lined up. Next departure is Porter to Montreal, Embraer. If I can bring the camera back fast enough. Yeah, if I bring... There we go. That's our Embraer to Montreal. Digger TV is live. Yes. Digger TV. Yeah, the diggers are here. Diggers are here. The diggers are in the house. Let's just try to level that off a bit. Tripod that can go off kilter. It's back and forth, it just comes loose and goes out of level. But yeah, so this is Porter Airlines heading to Montreal, Dorval, flight 372. And we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 airplanes lined up, waiting to depart. BizJet's going to do run-ups. That Challenger, that taxi past here, is just in the run-up bay, so they're going to run their engines. WestJet turning on the active. Well, where's WestJet going? WestJet's going to San Jose de Cabo San Lucas, aka Cabo. It's 737-800 WestJet flight 2060. So, yeah. And she's rolling. Airspeed is, well, airspeed's not building right now. Well, it's starting to roll. Saab 340 somewhere. Where's the Saab 340? There we go. back to the Air Canada MAX heading to Los Angeles. You can see it's an absolutely stunning day today. Yes, on the news they said there was a 6-point-something earthquake off the coast of Tofino, 200 miles off the coast of Tofino and Vancouver Island. But there has not been any tsunami warning issued, thank goodness. So, it's kind of latest news. And yes, this is Air Canada MAX heading down to LA, flight 552. Okay, what a busy start to the day. Doing well, Paula. We've been live for what, maybe 20 minutes? I'm going to say, I think we've been, yeah, about maybe 15, 20 minutes we've been live. But it's been the busiest 15 or 20 minutes you could possibly imagine. Just one airplane after another. Hope you're doing well today, Paula. Now turning on to the active, heading to Victoria. It's WestJet 3279 Encore. Yeah, this has been super busy. Button, another dash 8, turning on to the active. They're literally giving what, maybe 20-second separation here. It's very short separation. This next aircraft heading to Fort St. John is WestJet 3202 to Fort St. John. Back and forth. Yeah. I'm going to get vertigo if I don't hear. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. We haven't had this furious action for a few days. Coming. This airport's an airplane factory. What is next? Who's next? Oh, I didn't even see this little guy. This guy here. Central Mountain Air. Page 1908. Back and forth. This is the back and forth show. Back and forth show. Okay, Max. Max turning on to active. Max is going to International Airport, Washington, Dulles. It's flight 1036 to Washington. Goodness. Hello, Marmota. Glad you're enjoying the show. Notch 8 Productions, Parade of the Dash. Yes, it's a Dash 8 parade for sure. Mega parade of the dashes. I call this place Dash Q400 City, actually. Q400 City. Wow. Hello, Maurice. Just waiting. There we go. Showtime. Look at the windsock. Yeah, really windy. I got to be very fast because we're going to miss it if I'm not. Central Mountain. Coming on to the active. This is obviously our 9 a.m. morning traffic rush. Peak departure bank. Central Mountain Dash 8s based here in Vancouver for charter work. These are not scheduled flights, they're all various charters. Old 200, I think. Dash 200. You're up. Back to the button of the runway. We got an Air Canada Max turning on the active, heading to Calgary, Air Canada Flight 206. Morning service, shuttle service to Calgary, Cowtown. And Andrew, thank you very much, Andrew. Andrew Baird, to the rescue, has gifted 1 JetFlix membership. Thank you very much, Andrew. And a second. Thank you, Andrew, for gifting not 1, but 2 JetFlix memberships. And they were picked up by Sue Major and Bateman. You guys are fast on the draw. Congratulations to the winners, and congratulations. Well, not congratulations. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much for your ever-present generous support. Air Canada's rolling for Calgary. Wonder if we'll get an early rotation, but I bet you they're full today. I bet you Calgary's 0 seats empty. That's my guess. Yeah, they kind of squeezed a bit of a rotation for us. Beach 1900 taxing in. Taxing into stand. And we've got another Dash 8, another Central Mountain Dash 8 departure for us on the button there. So, oh, what's he doing? Wrong way, Kerrigan. Wrong way, Kerrigan. What in the wide world of sports is this guy doing? Okay. He needs a bit extra runway there. So, yeah, that would have been a rather short takeoff if he was going to head off in that direction. Sorry, I'm just being goofy. What's going on? Yeah, okay, so I think he is. Yeah, BizJet's going to go first. What is it? Do you guys base, back to the button. Oh, we do have a heavy. We have a heavy. There's a heavy in the house. We have a heavy in the house. What is this? I know what it is. Where's it going? It is an Air Canada Ottawa service. Wow. Dreamliner heading to Ottawa. Amazing. Flight 342. So, but we're going to head back to the button of the runway. A CRJ. That's at the base. Button, I should say, right there. Waiting for departure clearance. And the CRJ. Let's see where the CRJ is headed to. San Diego. It's CRJ Flight 764, Air Canada Jazz. Butter Productions, how do I turn on membership receiving? Maybe somebody might be able. I'm not sure what you mean by membership receiving, Butter Productions. Membership receiving. If you're a subscriber, either paying on your own nickel or gifted to you, you just have to be a subscriber and you'll get notified whenever we're going live. I believe it's automatic. I don't think you have to. Maybe there's a YouTube setting that you have to activate to get a notification when we're going live. I don't think there is, but maybe somebody else more knowledgeable on the subject could address that. I'm not sure. Okay, there you go, Robert. Thank you, Robert Rusak. Thank you for explaining that. Back to the base. We got a Q400. Q400. Yeah. Where's the Q400 is going to Kelowna, WestJet Flight 3318. There he is. He's rolling. Change of pitch in the props. Back to the base, another CRJ, turning on to the active. It's the CRJ. CRJ is heading to Seattle. Wow, Air Canada Jazz 8798 to Seattle. That's a bit unusual. They must have a lot of passengers, so they usually do. It's usually a Q400 service. The fact that they're running a CRJ tells me that they've got a lot of passengers, or a Q400 broke down. One of the two. Hopefully they've got excess passengers. V1, V2, let's get a rotation if we can. Yes. We did get a rotation. Awesome. Awesomeness. Terrific. Hello, Tony Rivers. Good to see you. Fast and furious today, fast and furious. What a morning here at YVR. Well, this is what we're here for. Absolutely pandemonium, non-stop action. This is Calgary. This is Calgary Flight 104, WestJet, 737-800. Action. We don't have to wait long. This is the longest we've waited. Pretty much since we started the show. What's the time? It's only 9:22. It's been one heck of a show. It's been one heck of a great start to our show. the base. What's happening? Okay, Saab 340 time.
Lost the contract with WestJet, so the WestJet Saab 340s that were operating on behalf of WestJet by Pacific Coastal, that's coming to an end quite soon, actually. To the base. So, what is our next? This is WestJet 1788, flight 1788 heading to Las Vegas. It's actually quite nice weather here in Vancouver, just because it's not blistering hot. It's a bit cooler than it has been. We've got a breeze, so it's keeping things comfortable for me anyhow. It's good. We're waiting for something, so maybe we've got a lander, maybe. Don't know. Hard to say, actually. I don't see anything landing at the moment. Not on this side. There's a lander on the other side. North side lander. Okay, so we got a FedEx here landing middle. Oh, taking off. Maybe FedEx. Caravan. Parcel flight. Okay, back to the ground. So our FedEx, our WestJet to Vegas is taxiing into position. Brisk action here at YVR this morning, super brisk action. Just the way we like it, that's what we're here for. It's exactly what we signed up for. Non-stop action. Vegas is heavy this morning. It's peak season in Vegas. Well, every season is peak season in Vegas, but especially July and August, they're very heavy seasons for Las Vegas. I'm surprised Canadians can still afford to go there, actually. With our dollar at nice. Our dollar is at 1.37 for a US dollar, so Vegas would in my opinion, is astronomically expensive these days. So it's not a destination that I can personally afford at the moment, but yeah, I love Vegas, but it is very, very, very expensive for us Canadians. Okay, so we've got Air Canada Max on the active, heading to International Airport, Houston. It's Air Canada flight 1300. Look at the windsock. Nuts. There it is. Air Canada's not giving much of a break in time here. They're rolling without delay. Towers keeping things very, very military precision here. Very tight separation. Super tight separation on the departures. Very intense departure.
Well, we got more heavies coming, actually. Lots more heavy. 3 more heavies. Two or three more heavies coming out at us. There it is. Okay, so yeah, we've got there's one heavy. There's another heavy. And yeah, so it's quite busy for us. And on the active runway right now for departure, we've got Winnipeg. It's an Air Canada Max flight 448. So I'll just bring the camera down to the base for us. There we go, Winnipeg. Winnipeg's brake, release brakes. Possibly our busiest morning of the season. It's been extremely busy. Another WestJet turning on to be active. This WestJet's heading to San Diego. It's a 737-700 flight 1762. Wow, that Challenger is just sitting there running its engines. Long time. Long time. There we go. There we go. Stubby, baby 37. Sounds like compressor stalls. Sounds like they've got compressor stalls on the aircraft they're testing there on the Challenger. I'm hearing compressor stalls. Sounds like it. What is this? This is oh, hang on. Something weird and wonderful. Kodiak. That's very neat. Kodiak amphib. Runway. Okay. So this 37 is going to Edmonton. It's Air Canada flight 236. Yag. this is going because I haven't had a chance to look at the flight radar, believe it or not. It's going somewhere, but I can't tell you where. It's been so busy, I have literally not had a chance to take my eye off the camera. I do apologize for that. Montreal, thank you, Venkman. Is that? Okay, CRJ. Just to quickly show you guys what's going on here. They're running that aircraft up the run-up bay. Doing some kind of testing on the entrance for sure. But we'll leave them to that. And we've got CRJ. By the way, my camera battery is at 50%, so I am watching it, making sure we don't run out the battery. And we've got Air Canada Jazz heading to Kamloops. That's nice. And look at this. Another Central Mountain Dash 8. So much action today for us spotters. Wow. Wonderful. Oh, he's coming in here. Okay, so he's going to be doing a flight. He's going to be doing a charter or something. H1900 taxiing in as well. And back to the active. We've got a Air Canada triple turning onto the active right there. No, it's an A330. That is an A330. And let's see if I can fit it. This is heading to, no, it's a 777-200 heading to Toronto. Air Canada flight 34. Heading to Toronto. It is a triple, but it's a 200, which is kind of nice. Magic. I mean, what action that we're having here today. It's just fast-paced, non-stop, chock-a-block magic. Our first 777-200 of the day. Short and stubby triple. Operated on the Brisbane route. One of our moderators is actually right now on board the Brisbane flight. She left Vancouver around midnight last night, so she's about halfway into her. No, she's more than halfway, but she's one of our moderators. As I say, Avgeek girl. One Avgeek girl is en route to Brisbane, so hope she's having a nice flight. On her crew break right now, but I don't think she's watching our live stream. Well, finally, I think we're getting a little bit of a break here on the action. Can't believe I'm saying that. Can't believe it. Wow. What a blockbuster morning we've had so far. We're maybe an hour into our stream, but we've probably had at least 50 departures, which has been phenomenal for us. Absolutely wonderful. So, hey, congratulations, Andrew Baird, Premium, JetFlix Premium for 3 months. Thank you, Andrew, for your amazing, generous support on the channel. Andrew says, happy birthday to my lovely wife, Mary. Happy birthday, Mary. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Sat watching 15 minutes behind the live stream on the big screen. Well, yes, happy birthday, Mary. Glad you guys were here to watch a little bit. As I say, I hope you've had an absolutely fantastic day, and may the year ahead be a terrific year as well. CRJ trundling along, making its way to the active. Let's see if I can figure out where it's going to. It's going to Kelowna. It's Jazz Flight 270. Hello, AJ. It's been absolutely insanely busy here this morning in Vancouver. I'm not sure we've ever had this busy a morning. Maybe we have, but I mean, it's just been so busy. I've had very little time to take eyes off camera. Yeah, this regional jet is heading to Kelowna. Short hop over to Kelowna, flight 8270. Taxing out. Is that United? What is that? That's something different. I'll have to check my radar to get an ident on this particular aircraft. What is that? JetBlue. Well, I don't know that we've ever had JetBlue on the show. It's Vancouver to JFK. It's an Airbus 220. Wow. That is wonderful. Wow. An Airbus 220 here in Vancouver of JetBlue. So, yeah, I think it's a first for me to see this. It's flight 6604, Vancouver to JFK. Registration is N3112 Juliet. So, something special for us. Sure. Very nice. Very nice movement. But we do have action down on the other end of the field, so let me just, we got a WestJet departure right here. WestJet is heading to Atlanta, flight 1596. It's on the roll. Nice stuff. Wonderful stuff. She's heavy though. She's heavy. Heavy bird. Okay, so let's have a look at our... Where is our... Yeah, there's our JetBlue. This is kind of a special airplane. I don't know that I've ever seen a JetBlue A220 here in Vancouver. not on the YVR live show. Maybe it's been here before, I'm not sure. I think JetBlue is usually, well, they're not usually operating at the time of our show. Maybe it's a nighttime operation, but my memory doesn't jive with seeing us having these aircraft on our live shows, either on the north side or from here. So it's kind of nice, kind of new. Heading to JFK, nice long flight. I guess that's about 6 hours, 5.5 hours airtime from Vancouver. But Airbus 220. Air Canada has, of course, a number of A220s in the fleet. But unfortunately, the engines on these airplanes are, there's supply issues, and a number of Air Canada's aircraft are grounded because the engines are either unavailable or unserviceable. So hopefully in time the manufacturer can resolve the issue with the A220, and we'll have better reliability on the engines. But nonetheless, it's beautiful to have JetBlue here in Vancouver. It's a treat, definitely a treat for us on our show. You're watching the YVR live show on JetFlix TV. My name is Henry Tenby, and we're about an hour into our show today, July 11th, 2024, Vancouver International Airport. We're on runway 26 left for departures. Busy. It's been a mega busy show today. Unbelievably busy. This is very, very nice. Yeah, next stop, JFK, New York. A very decent way to fly to New York. A very comfortable A220. JetBlue Airways flight 6604. And they're rolling. They are rolling nicely. I wonder if we get an early rotation on this aircraft. You never know. Depends how heavy they are. Might pull it off. Next stop, New York. Yes. Beautiful. We'll just see if we can do a follow out on the aircraft. Yes, we can. Very, very, very nice. A first for YVR Live. Nice treat. I enjoyed that. Never gonna give up. Never gonna give you up. Good to see you here, AJ. AJ is from New York, and of course, that's synchronicity, right? We have a New York-bound aircraft, and AJ's from New York, and he's arrived here on our stream. So that's awesome. I hope all is well in New York. Hope you guys are having some nice weather. Here in Vancouver, our heat dome is bursting, which is great. So we've got a good wind out of the valley. Oh, look at this. Cargo bird. Touchdown. Touchdown on the 1,000-yard line. Okay. Back to the base. We've got WestJet turning on to the active. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet, actually. Not quite yet. So we've actually got another aircraft that's gonna, yeah, this guy here, this Delta connection is going ahead of the WestJet. I'm gonna guess it's heading to Seattle. In a second, I'll have a glance at my flight radar to Seattle, flight 4069. These guys are always good for a early rotation. They're probably not too heavy. It's a smaller airplane. Maybe they're not full. So that we usually can get an early rotation. Let's see if we can pull it off. No promises, but we'll do the best we can. Okay, we're rolling. We're rolling for Seattle SeaTac Airport. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this goes. Let's get that nose up. Oh yeah, nose is up. She's airborne beautifully. Does it with ease, Okay, we've got passengers boarding our Dash 8. Nice view here. Awesome. The wind, the propeller, the starboard side prop is windmilling because of the wind, obviously. We've got a heck of a good breeze here. And these lucky devils, I guess, are going on a fishing charter, maybe? Don't know. Hard to say. But they're lucky because they get to fly in a vintage Dash 8. Probably a 100. WestJet's on the roll. See if I can quickly do WestJet here for us. There it is. Yeah. That was well done. That was sweet. Okay, back to the Dash 8. Top 1961, good to see you here. Rigoberto Juarez, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. AJ is from the UK, not from New York. Okay, different AJ. Different AJ. Wherever you are from, AJ, you are most welcome on the show. Absolutely. did speak to these guys about doing an Abbotsford charter, but they never did return my phone calls. So, strange company, very strange company. Last year, I did contact them. I said, I'm the guy who did the Air Tenby -7 charter in 2019. Will you guys be able to make an aircraft available for an Abbotsford Air Show charter? And they never returned my phone calls. So, I guess they're not hurting for business. They're not, Central Mountain's definitely not hurting for business when they don't bother returning phone calls from prospective charter customers. But that's Canada. I'm a Canadian, and usually Canadians in Canada get that kind of service. If I had an English accent and I was calling from London, they'd probably speak to me. But as I'm a Canuck with Canadian accent, I get shown the door. That's just how things are. It can be that way in Canada. Very provincial attitudes, but it is what it is. I wonder what's going on. Bit of a delay. Well, we're going to let them get their things together there. We've got stuff happening on the business end of the runway. Battery's at 28%. Got a Beech 1900 on the roll. Heavy Beech 1900, weight rotation on that, and Q400 turning onto the active. Q400 right there, Air Canada Jazz, and it is heading to Terrace. Jazz Flight 439 heading to Terrace, BC, up the coast. 27% on the battery. Now in position. I haven't been running the ATC radio just because of the wind. It probably, I don't know if it would be picked up nicely or not, but maybe I'll turn it on in a bit. We can give it a try. What the heck's going on there? What was that all about? Okay, the dash is turning engine. So once this Q400, there's our flying pencil. Dash 8 is starting up behind me. Well, we're on this, so I'll as soon as I can, I'll point the camera towards the Dash 8. Oh no! Look at the Dash 8 because it's more interesting. There you go. Engine start. Our Q400's rolling, so I might be able to give us a bit of a 2-for-1 here. There it is. Okay, back to the Dash 8. Right now the battery's collapsed. So I'm going to do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll be back in 1 second. Love to smell burnt kerosene. Sweet. Very, very, very sweet. Dash 8 action for us. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, now I think I can finally welcome everybody to the show. So let me just set the camera up for that. Okay. 1 second. Grab my phone. Okay, here we are. It's 10:06 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Henry Tenby. Welcome to the Vancouver Live Show on JetFlix. It's been a very, very, very hectic and busy morning here in Vancouver. Been non-stop action. We've had one aircraft after another. I don't know how many. Maybe it's 50 departures we've had since 8:45, something like that. But it's been really fast and furious. It's been awesome. So hope you're all doing well. Today is July the 11th, 2024. We're at Vancouver Airport South Terminal. Very, very strong wind off the water, which is keeping things moderated in terms of temperature here. It's cool, it's comfortable. I'm not boiling hot, I'm not profusely sweating like I have been over the last few days. The weather report, as I was driving into the airport, said we're going to be a few degrees cooler today than we were yesterday, last night, etc. So we're now coming out of the heat dome that we had here in Vancouver, which is great news. I'm happy to hear that. And I've got some news to share with you. Next week, we're heading to Edmonton. We're flying to Edmonton next Thursday morning, and we're going to be at the CFB Cold Lake Air Show. Media Day is on the Friday, and the air show will attend on the Sunday. So it's going to be fun. We've been invited to the Media Day. We're going to attempt to live stream from the air show. The U.S. Air Force provides a lot of great aircraft, typically in the past, to the CFB Cold Lake Air Show. So we have to see what they send. Who knows? Maybe a B-52, KC-10. We just have to see what shows up. And CFB Cold Lake is a big CF-18 base for the Royal Canadian Air Force. So it should be interesting. It should be a lot of fun. I've never been to CFB Cold Lake. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll just have to see how that goes. So I wanted to give everybody, Beach 1900 landing, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that. So hope you're all doing well. Hello, Sue Major. See all the regulars in here. David Wren, JD, and Ron Mountford. Good to see you. David Underwood. And yeah, lots of familiar names here in the chat. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for showing up. And I'm wondering if, just as a request, if you're watching the show and you have a Facebook account, maybe you could paste the link to the show. Just hit the share button and paste it onto your Facebook page. That would be amazing. And it would just help bring some eyeballs to the show. That would be great. So that just takes a second, so much appreciate that. And if you're enjoying the show, perhaps you could hit that thumbs up button as well. That would just be amazing. So we've got a little bit of a breather now, but there's still airplanes coming out. It just gave me an opportunity to welcome everybody to the show. And we've had a busy week here on the channel. On Monday, we were at the downtown Vancouver Harbor float base, and we had one heck of a show. I think that video's been viewed well over 3,000 times now. That live stream show, over 3,000 views. So for the channel, that is really a big number for us. So I'm very happy with that. And I think we had upwards of 200 people watching that show. So that was really, really incredible. Definitely will be doing more live streams from Vancouver Harbor. I now know that you guys enjoy the harbor, and there's great traffic there. They start engines at 7:30 in the morning at the harbor, so we know that the 7:30 start time is good. And between 7:30 and 9:30, it's really, really busy. So that will be a new airport destination for us to do our live streams from. So that's great news. And what else can I tell you, really? Lufthansa will be doing year-round service, I believe, on their Munich-Vancouver. That's going to go year-round, so that's good to know. And what else can I tell you? Not too much. I'm just going to climb behind the camera again, and we'll get things set up again. I'll stop the camera back down to the way it should be, and we'll get back to plane spotting. GJ Mayhem YVR show. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it myself, actually, very much. Really, really enjoyed that show. So, just doing some fine little adjustments here. Okay, what's happening? I think we got Air North coming out. Get some zoom on here. Thought I saw Air North. Yeah, Air North is right there. And we got an Air Canada Max turning onto the active, going to Santa Ana. It's the Air Canada flight. What is that? Air Canada 598. So we'll just move the camera over to that in a second. We'll pan Air North for a little bit here. And okay, we'll now move the camera down to the threshold end of the runway for Santa Ana. County. Almost trying to nudge that nose up, but they just didn't quite pull it off. We got Porter turning onto the, well, no, they're approaching the business end of the runway. There's Air North. Short and stubby 737-500. Quite a nice looking aircraft. And if we zoom down to the other end, a little bit further down the runway there's Porter. Porter's in the house. Porter's heading to Toronto, flight 304. Oh no, Air North's going first, actually. And Air North is heading to Kelowna. Air North is going to, I'd like to do that flight. Probably not 100% full heading to Kelowna. Yepers. There's Air India. And here comes, yeah, there's Air India taxiing out right there. It's kind of nice. So we'll come back to Air India because we've got Porter. Porter's Toronto flight is now very quickly on the runway. No time wasted. No time wasted at all, actually. Age before beauty. Hello, Lee Bracewell. Happy Thursday. 31 years old on that Boeing. I just quickly saw that in the chat. And Porterhouse. Porterhouse Airlines, as I call them. Stop Toronto. So Air India, yesterday we did an early morning pop-up show, and somebody asked about Air India. I had not seen it yesterday, but I see it today. Well, happy 21st birthday to your son, Paula. Hope you guys have a very nice day. Good evening, a nice birthday evening. Another flying pencil, somebody has mentioned. Maybe they're watching the show on a bit of a delay. I'm not seeing another flying pencil, but I'm keeping my eyes open because I like the flying pencils. They're unique. Swearinger Metros. I'm just gonna put some suntan cream on here just a second. Okay, back to our Air India. So I just have to reestablish. There we go, there's Air India. We're lucky, because we've got a lot of wind today, we don't have heat distortion. Isn't that interesting? When we have hot weather with no wind, we get quite a buildup of distortion, but we don't have it right now, which is awesome, just because of the wind, I think. So that the wind keeps the heat distortion to a minimum. There we go. Aircraft with mountains. Air India can operate from Vancouver direct to India because they're able to fly over Russian airspace. Air Canada used to operate the route before the Ukraine situation, and because of the political situation, Air Canada is no longer allowed to fly over Russian airspace. So therefore, Air Canada cannot operate Vancouver Delhi direct anymore. If you want to fly in Air Canada to India, you'll have to do it out of Toronto, and they go the other way, so they're able to avoid Russian airspace. But Air India is not a party to the conflict, if you will. So actually, the Indian Prime Minister, he was just in Moscow meeting with Putin a couple days ago. I read that in the news. So yes, India has good relations with Russia, and therefore Air India can fly safely over Russian airspace, and they're able to provide the direct link between Vancouver and Delhi. And here's the proof. It's like Air India is taking the extension. They're going to taxi right down to the bitter end of the runway. Right down to the end, an extra few hundred feet there. Yeah, they're going to disappear behind the fence because they go right to the bitter end to get every inch of runway that they can get because they're hot and heavy and loaded to the gunnels. Lee Bracewell says, if you notice that EC-130 startup, can you catch it pretty please? What EC-130 are you referring to, Lee, pray tell? EC-130 is... Yeah, the 757 is hiding behind the fence way down there. But yes, Lee, if you can elaborate on EC130 startup. I'll do my best. Obviously, I'm very keen on EC130s. There we go. Showtime. Yeah, that extra roll helps them a lot. Big time, I can see that. Building, as we normally do. It should be somewhere around there. I'll zoom in 100%. Oh, there we are. Yeah, that was good. Next stop, India, Delhi. Very majestic climb out on the Air India. Done with finesse, if I dare say so. Wow, what a start we've had. Okay, so just back to terra firma here, just to give you guys a little bit of a look-see. There's that Challenger that was doing the engine runs with what I thought were compressor stalls. Maybe they weren't, I don't know. It sounded like, from what I've heard in the past when they do it sounded like a compressor stall. The Air India is 15 years old. Thank you, Paula. And yeah, new Air India livery. We've had new Air India. Oh, Lee says if you notice that EC130, EC130. Okay, what is EC130? Is an electronic chart C130 Hercules. U.S. Air Force have EC130s. But I don't know that there's one here on the field. So I'm just looking back at the chat here to see if I can ascertain more info on EC130. So I can... yes, Venkman, terrific. Special shout out to Marmotta from Kelowna. Hello, Glade Thomas. Good to see you here. I can't quite figure out the EC130 stuff. And got a heads up that we've got Air Canada from Tokyo is approaching on the north side. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I see it. Thank you, Venkman. I do see the Air Canada on the north side. We'll point the camera at that. Why not? Why not? It's far off in the distance, but we can certainly watch it as it comes in. Let's get it. I'll wait for it to get a little bit closer. Thank you for the heads up on that, Venkman. And okay, let's see if I can get that Air India. No, I'm sorry, Air Canada 777 from Tokyo. There it is. That's it. It's something for us to watch. Focus. There we go. Yeah, if Venkman didn't point that out to me, well, I might have seen it, but I might have not, right? At least we got we've had a good chance to follow the aircraft in nicely. That was nice. That was very, very, very nice. Yeah, they've gone quiet on the Challenger that was in the run-up. That's in the run-up bay. But I'll just point the camera over here, and we can have a look at some of the chat. So let's see how you guys are doing. Lee Bracewell says it's the helicopter on the right-hand side of the building. Helicopter on the right hand. Oh, okay. Helicopter. Let's have a look at the helicopter. I didn't even notice a helicopter.
130. Okay, I see it. Well, if we notice these, Lee, thanks for telling me, and excuse my grotesque ignorance on the EC 130. I do appreciate it. Tony Rivers, thanks for hanging out with us. Much appreciated. EC is a Eurocopter, and yes, if we do see, if we notice the engines turning on it, let me know if I miss it, and we'll definitely film that for you, Lee. No, that's no problem at all. Happy to do that. Absolutely happy to do that. Well, let's see. I can put myself. Let's see. Hang on a second, guys. Let's go like this, and open up the camera again. Okay. Time for me to talk about my book. So for those of you that have already seen this, you might want to go grab some coffee or hit the latrine. Ta-da! Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is my book, Air Travel Time Machine, Volume 1. I published it a few months back. It's a collection of historic air travel images from the period 1942 to 1960. The book is 288 pages, almost 600 photos in here, all color, like this, that depict air travel back when it was in its infancy. So here we have a group of passengers at New York Idlewild Airport boarding a Pan Am Stratocruiser, Strato Clipper Westward Ho. So yes, this is my book. It's been a 30-year compilation, preparing the images for collecting the images for the book. They're all scanned from original Kodachrome images that were taken by random travelers back in the day. So the book is heavy, and we have inventory in the UK and in Canada and the United States that can be shipped to the closest location for the least amount of shipping cost. And the book is priced at $41 US. That's the international price of the book. And shipping cost in Canada is about 20 US. I believe in the States it's 14 US. Shipping in the UK is £7. And I believe shipping to Europe from the UK is about 20 euros. So those are the approximate numbers. But I've only printed 600 of the books. We only have 300 in North America, 300 in Europe, and I've already sold out quite a number of my books here in North America. So if you would like a copy, I encourage you to place an order. I'd be happy to get it out to you. As you can see, the book is shrink wrapped, so that'll protect it in transit. It's a hardcover book, and the page quality of the paper that I've used is very high quality. It's 110 GSM high gloss paper, so it makes for a very heavy coffee table book. So this is my pride and joy, this book. I'm very, very proud to have put it together. On the front cover, we have a lovely picture of a very beautiful BOAC flight attendant. I think she's probably just graduated from her stewardess training. She's beautiful white gloves. Her uniform is immaculate, and she is posed in front of a BOAC Bristol Britannia on the ramp at London Airport, 1958. Yeah, this is a Bristol Britannia here. So I hope you might consider buying a copy of my book, and I'm going to post a link to purchase my book when I get home. I'll post a link right on this section of the video, so you can click on the link and it'll take you to the information page where you can purchase a copy of the book. So I hope you'll consider it, and thank you very much for hearing me out on my new book. And we have an aircraft on the runway right now, so let me stop the camera down and we'll zoom in. There we go. Air Canada Max turning on to the active. Let's figure out where it's going to. It's heading to Toronto. It's Air Canada Flight 108. Air Canada 108. Turning
indeed. You can purchase the book at Flight City if you're here in Vancouver, and you can save the shipping cost. Just tell Dawn I said hello, and yes, great reminder, the book is available at Flight City here in Vancouver, at the airport. Short and stubby Boeing. Maybe. I'll zoom up so we're nice and tight just in case. Come on. Attaboy. Go. Let's see if you can do it. Yes! We pulled off a rotation. It's one for the good guys. That's one for the good guys. Okay, what's happening at the terminal? Okay. Old Man Solo 57. Hi, Henry, Greg from Sierra enjoying your live stream. Hello, Greg. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. That is awesome. That's the area I view from as well. I love that spot, except that losing the view to the west, of course. Keep up the great work. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you very, very much, Greg. Nice to meet you. Hopefully meet you in person one of these days. We had some good sea air footage from our live stream at Vancouver Harbor on Monday. If you haven't watched it, I encourage anybody watching the show right now to make a mental note to check out our live stream from Monday from Vancouver Harbor. We had some good sea air movements as well there. Very nice sea air movements, I think. Yes, we had sea air. Was it the Beaver? I think yes. Was Max joined us? Came to say hello. I think Max was flying the Beaver from Sea Air. Old Man Solo 57 said, "I knew my dad. You knew were you a patient of my dad's, may I ask?" My dad, he passed away in late 2022, but he was a doctor here in Richmond. He opened up his practice in 1961 at Seafair, and he practiced for over 50 years from that location. 2011, we had a party for my dad. Well, he threw the party to celebrate his 50 years of practice in Seafair. Yeah, that was 2011. 50 years. Yeah, he opened that office at the old Seafair shopping center, which had the bowling alley. And yeah, that was... I believe they opened the original Seafair in the late 50s. We have Parsa Iqbal. Says, my dad works at the FedEx at Vancouver. I'm pretty sure that he would have a 767 there currently. Yes. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure you're right. I think there's a FedEx 767 here. We'll have a look here in just a second. But I'm quite confident I did see, yes, there is a 767 parked up at the FedEx facility. I will show that. I'll show that shortly. Let's have a look at the FedEx facility. Indeed. It's a 757 or a 767? 767. So that's a 767, and then we've got a 757 as well. So, yeah, thank you very much for pointing that out, Parsa. Anyhow, back to, we've got a BizJet. We got an oldie but a goodie. Oldie but a goodie. Look at this citation. Los Angeles. Turning on to the active right about now. I think we're lucky for the wind. Not only is it keeping it cool, it's keeping the heat haze down as well. So if we didn't have this heat haze, if we didn't have this wind, we'd have a lot more heat haze. Look at the windsock. There you go. Next stop, LA. Citation is probably going to take off, so let's move the camera down to the runway again, because I'd like to see the citation's turning on to the taxiway, making its way to the active. That's going to be nice. I like classic biz jets, so we're just going to set the camera up right here to intercept that citation, which will appear in the camera in just a second. So there, oh no, first of all we've got Beach 1900D, Pacific Coastal, then I guess we'll have the citation. Citation. I was pretty sure that I saw the citation turn onto the taxiway, so let's just see what happens. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe I was mistaken. Time is 10:40. What is it? 10:42. Service announcement to make regarding our Vancouver Aviation Collectible show that's coming up, but I just don't want to start that until we know for certain that the that Learjet, because I don't actually see it pinging, so I guess maybe it's parked right now. I'm guessing it. Well, we do have an aircraft landing. We might as well get that. Yeah, there it is. King Air.
public service announcement right now. So it's public service announcement time. Bear with me, I'm opening up the camera. Wrong way. There we go, I've just opened it up. Okay, hang on just a second, and I will make a public service announcement for the Vancouver Aviation Collectible Show. Let's grab the paper. Okay, here we are. Okay, it's hard to. Here we have it. The Vancouver Aviation Collectible Show will take place at the Sandman Signature Vancouver Airport Hotel on Saturday, September the 29th this year. 6-foot table, if you'd like to be a vendor to sell your aviation collectibles, is $55. Or you can buy an 8-foot table for $60. The regular hours for the show will be between 11 and 4, and the admission fee is $10 at the door, and children 12 and under are free. They are going to do an early bird entry for private shopping for 1 hour between 10 and 11, and that is $25, and there are limited number of tickets available. So if you would like more information on this, I'm not aware of their website. I think you just have to plug Vancouver Aviation Collectible Show into Google. But this is the basic information. The gentleman who's running the show is a local aviation enthusiast by the name of Paresh. He's a great guy. He collects die-cast models, and I've known him for many decades. So yes, Paresh is organizing this show, the Vancouver Aviation Collectible Show, on Saturday, the 29th of September. Saturday, September 29th. Mark this in your calendar, and if I'm in town, I'll look forward to seeing you at the show. See, we've got this absolute dead zone here at the airport right now. The airport has gone 100% dead. There's absolutely nothing happening at the moment. There's nothing on approach, and there's nothing moving, believe it or not. It's 10:47. So we've been streaming for about 2 hours, I'd say. Parsa Eggball says, why did they stop the A380 flight? I can guess. My guess would be that British Airways decided to split the traffic between Heathrow and Gatwick. So we now have 2 flights a day from the UK on British Airways to Vancouver. One comes from Heathrow, one comes from Gatwick. So I think British Airways just made that strategic decision to in order to provide service between Vancouver and the UK to the 2 London airports and give people a choice for connection. They dropped the A3. They did not bring the A380 in, and are running smaller aircraft on the 2 routes. That's my guess as to why we're not getting the A380 into Vancouver. Another King Air medevac. I think this is a medevac. Pretty sure it is.
top of the airport building roof. So, what else can I tell you guys? Just trying to think. I believe we've got the Boundary Bay Air Show coming up. It might be this weekend. Again, you'd have to put that into Google, but Boundary Bay is a smaller airport here in Vancouver, in the greater Vancouver area. It's a general aviation and flight training airport. And they're going to have an air show there. And I think it's this weekend. Don't hold me to it, but if you Google it, you will find when they're going to do the Boundary Bay Air Show. Okay, so here comes the King Air. Something for us to look at. Instead of me grasping at straws. I see those aircraft, Paula. Thanks for pointing them out to me. I appreciate when you guys help me. There's the Porter. Long haul shot. Landing on the north side, of course. Gliding in. One. Okay, we've got a baby Embraer taxiing out. Alaska Airlines livery, right there. There it is. Heading to Seattle, I'm sure. It's something for us to look at, so no complaints. A little bit of heat distortion there. I mean, it'd be a lot worse if we didn't have the wind, for sure. Hopefully we'll get some more interesting traffic here in a bit. We just have to suck it up, and I mean, isn't it amazing how quiet Vancouver can get? It can, you know, we were pandemonium at the beginning of our show, right? For the first couple hours, it was just absolute chock-a-block, and then it just got quiet. The airport just ran out of airplanes, but at least we've got this keep us preoccupied. Nice looking Embraer. There we go. radio to see if we can actually hear anything. Maybe we can. That's the porter being assigned to gate 22. Consumption of Slurpees. I wonder why. Because it's hot as hell in the winter, or summer, maybe. That could be. Boiling hot in Winnipeg. Okay, so we've got a final. Heading to PVG. Oh, hang on. What do we got? What do we got? Saab 340 inbound. And then we have our Shanghai Pudong Airport departure. Temperatures on Earth kind of thing. That's unbelievable. It's too hot to sit by the pool because you'll burn to a crisp. So wow. Zeke says, does anyone know what happened to Canada Jetways? No, they didn't go bankrupt. Canada Jetways have their aircraft operating over in Europe, I believe. They don't have any aircraft in Canada. They have wet leased all their aircraft to Europe this summer. So all their airplanes are over in Europe. They have not gone bankrupt. They're doing quite well. It's just that none of their airplanes are actually in Canada. Good question. That was a very, very good question. Thank you for asking that. Great question, actually. summer, I believe. Airlines is going. United Airlines is heading to Denver. It's a 737-800 flight, and it's flight 2216 to Denver. Happening on the field. We've come out of our the doldrum of activity, and we're now back to things happening, which is good. There's our Falcon jet waiting right there, waiting to head out. We got a Q400, we got a WestJet, we got another Q400, the Air Canada Dreamliner. So yeah, finally things have started to happen. Thank goodness. That is wonderful. I'm very glad to hear that. Wonderful news for us. Look, if you're enjoying the show, perhaps you could do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Very much would appreciate that. Here's our Isku Air arriving from Qualicum Beach very nicely. Regular visitor, multiple times a day in and out of Vancouver. That's nice. And the Falcon jet is now on the move. Yeah, if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be very, very much appreciated. Nice looking Falcon. Very nice Falcon. Falcon. goodness. We had it on life support about 15 minutes ago. But yeah, things are now happening again, which is great. Great news. Q400 on the roll. If you're enjoying the show, perhaps you could make a small donation. That would be very much appreciated. There is a donate button. You can easily do that and just help the channel out, help cover some of our costs to bring this to you. So yeah, if you're enjoying the show, it would be massively appreciated if you could make a very small donation if you haven't already made one today. I know Andrew Baird has already made 2 donations, so there's no need for Andrew to make any more donations. But anybody else who's been watching the show, who's been enjoying it, perhaps you can donate $1 or £1 or €1, Swiss franc perhaps. It would be hugely, hugely appreciated. So thank you so very much for that. Would very much appreciate your support. If you haven't already made a donation, that would be massively appreciated. Thank you very much, and thank you for being here and hanging out with us for the show today. Your presence is very much appreciated, and without you guys, it would be a lot more boring, of course. So definitely appreciate having all of you here helping out with everything, and a special thanks go out to our moderators, our mods, Venkman, Rich, and Kirsten. Thank you very much. And one AvGeek girl who's actually flying to Brisbane right now, so she gets a pass. She can't be here because she's at altitude. But all the other mods, thank you very much for all your great help as always. Massively appreciated. So, back to the business end of the runway. WestJet new colors 37, turning on to the active. Let's see where it's going to. It's heading to Cancun, flight 2056. Right there. If you're wondering how long we're going to go for, I think we'll probably go for about another 40 odd minutes or so, something like that, 45 minutes to the top of the hour. That's kind of my plan. So if you're wondering what our time budget is, as I say, it's about 10. It's now 11:10. We'll run the show for another 50 odd minutes until about 12 noon, and then we'll call it a day. So that's the plan. Cancun, Mexico. Yeah, that Air Canada Dreamliner is just stuck there. I don't know what happened to them. I'll turn on the radio in a bit. Helen Robinson, thank you very, very much, Helen. Very kind of you, and I very much appreciate your support. Thank you very much for that £2 donation. And Helen says, excellent stream. Honey, keep up the good work. Well, Helen, again, it is very, very kind of you. Thank you very much for that support. I really appreciate it. And Helen, I'm not sure if you've actually subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, you could hit the subscribe button, and then whenever we're live, you would get a notification from YouTube that our shows are live. A notification will appear on your phone or your iPad or your device, just telling you that JetFlix is now live. So if you haven't done that, maybe you could do that. advised whenever we've got a live show happening. Something, lander on the other side right there, WestJet. Landing on the north side. Yeah, so we're going to be here till the top of the hour. That's my plan, till 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And then we'll have done, it'll be like more than a 3-hour show, which I think is pretty good. So, again, if you're planning your evening or planning your day and you're wondering how long this is going to go for, I think we'll run it for another 45 minutes to the top of the hour. That's what we'll do. Okay, something very interesting. Here's that strange airplane. The Kodiak on amphibs. It's based here. We've seen it many times. It goes flying almost every time we do a live show. This airplane flies, but it's a unique contraption. So we'll have it on the camera. We've seen many Air Canada A321s, but this is a bit unique. So we'll keep it right here, right there. Beautiful. Yeah, this is a Kodiak. It's called a Kodiak. Strange, isn't it? Very strange. It's not the most beautiful airplane in the airport, but it's different. Okay, back to our Air Canada. Right there, our Air Canada A321. It's heading to Toronto, Air Canada Flight 110. Turning on to the active nicely. Beautiful. Airspeed's alive. She's rolling with purpose. On it. As soon as we see it, I'll bounce on it. There it is. Up and away. So the Air Canada Dreamliner turned around. They've done an about face. I didn't have the radio on, so I don't know why. But they've done an about face, and I guess they're heading back to the gate. They must have had some issue, passenger or aircraft, but they've gone back to the gate. C'est YVR. Just looking at the flight radar here to see what's going on. Okay, our little Kodiak is turning onto the runway right now. Right there. Very short takeoff roll, like now. It glides off the runway effortlessly. Goes in that same direction, but we got a heavy on the other side. If I can get there quick enough. Sorry, couldn't get it to focus. Even there I couldn't get it to focus, but it was nice, whatever it was. It looked like Star Alliance colors or something to that effect, but too bad. Too bad. That's a shame that we never got to see that. That is a bummer. It is from Paris. It's Air France in the Sky Team livery. That's a bummer that I missed it. Oh well. C'est la vie. I can't win them all. A few bits and bobs coming out, a few WestJets. So as I say, it's not exactly busy. So the airport's more quiet than busy at this point, but I will run the show for another 45 minutes and just take it to the end. So we've got, okay, great, thank you, Venkman. We've got Korean Air cargo behind it, and I see that. So I'm going to move the camera way over to the Korean cargo, so at least we don't miss that. It's way out there in the nosebleeds, right there. Stops here, comes in from Mexico, usually Guadalajara actually, and then it turns, it's on the ground for a few hours and it heads to Seoul. As they do a crew change here. Very nice. I'm glad we got this one. Glad we got this one. And there's the mid-range view of it between the hangars. So perfect. Glad we got it. Glad we got it. So, Claire says it's a very beautiful backdrop. Yes, we are lucky, Claire. We've got, these beautiful mountains here in Vancouver. The North Shore Mountains. Of course, it's the coastal range that goes all the way up the coast to Alaska. And they end here, basically, right here in Vancouver. So that is the coastal range, and they are now free of snow. All the snow has melted. Andrew, you're too kind, and what can I say? You're extremely generous and too kind. Thank you very, 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 very much for rising to the challenge, but you needn't have done it, as you've already been extremely generous. But thank you very much, Andrew, for gifting one JetFlix membership, which was picked up by Helen Robinson. Congratulations, Helen, on picking that up. So Helen, you have now exclusive access to all of our premium content on our channel, and just so you know, JetFlix TV, which is at www.jetflix.tv. It's the world's largest all-aviation dedicated streaming service. So we have over 1,000 aviation videos that are on our streaming platform. And you now have access to the sampling of those videos that are here on YouTube. So those are full feature shows that we've produced over the last 30 years. Yes, going back into the late 80s and early 90s. So my passion is classic aviation, classic airlines, and I've traveled the world filming classic airliners, and that is the genesis for JetFlix TV. So you now have access to view our premium content here on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and that gives you a taste of what we're all about. So thank you very much again to Andrew for that donation, and thank you very much Lee Bracewell for also donating yet another membership as well for somebody to pick up. So thank you very much for gifting one JetFlix membership. And Claire picked that up again. No, Helen. It was Helen the first one, Claire the second one. So that's amazing. I'm so happy that the two of you got to pick up those complimentary memberships from the the generosity of our regular viewers, Lee and Andrew. So thank you guys very, very, very much. Also, as a premium member, you have exclusive access to the special emojis that we have on the channel that are unique to our stream. So you may see them used from time to time. We have some, the YVR emoji, and we've got the Air Canada emoji, WestJet emoji. We've got certain aircraft type emojis as well. So those are exclusive use to the subscribers, whether you pay for a subscription or you pick one up as a gift. So just thought I'd explain that. And Venkman as well. Thank you very much, Venkman, for also throwing in a gift for somebody to pick up. So Venkman7's also generously donated a JetFlix membership that was picked up by Karen. Oh, wow. The ladies are strong tonight. Excellent. Excellent. Great news. Congratulations, Karen. And Claire C. herself has actually gifted a membership, and Hawaii Slime picked it up. So, great news. Thank you very much, Claire, and thank you very much, Venkman, for throwing those gifts into the mix. Delta with a 37. That's different. We don't often see the Delta 37s here in Vancouver, but there we go. So we've got a BizJet turning onto the active right now, right there. It's rolling thunder. Yes. Well, the BizJet rotations are more common. That was nice. That was nicely done for us. I dare say so. Back to the terminal. Next, there's a porter at the gate there. So, beautiful weather here in Vancouver. The heat dome is dissipating, so today's a little bit of a cooler day than what we've had in the past. Battery's at 22%, so I might have to do a battery I will have to do a battery change pretty soon. So we'll just get it. We'll wait for it to get a little bit lower, and then we'll do that battery change. I'm watching it, and as I say, hopefully we'll get some more neat stuff in the next half hour or so. Play it by ear, and just trying to think of what other aviation news I've heard. I'm thinking. EGPX is going to bail out. No problem. My pleasure. Thanks for joining EGPX. Appreciate your being here. Ron says, when was I in Pyongyang? I did the 2 trips to North Korea in 2014 and 2015. So for my 50th birthday in 2014, that was a gift. The trip to North Korea was a gift to myself for my 50th birthday. So I enjoyed it so much in 2014 that I went back again in 2015 as well. So I did the 2 back-to-back trips to North Korea, and it was fantastic. I'm not talking about the political stuff. I'm talking about the country, the people, and the aviation, and the uniqueness of going there, and it was absolutely fabulous. I wish those tours could happen. They were aviation tours. There was a company in England that used to organize. So, what can I say? They were organized by a company in England called, what the heck was the name of it? Juche travel service owned by David Thompson. And they were popular. And we got to fly in all the Soviet aircraft that were owned and operated in North Korea. So I got to fly in IL-62, Tu-154, Tu-134, IL-18, etc. So we got fabulous flights. It was a one-week tour in North Korea, and very memorable, very, very memorable. And as I said, I'd go back again, but I think the world's geopolitical situation has changed. I don't think there'll ever be aviation tours to North Korea again. It's just with the sanctions that are in place and what's going on now in the world, I can't see it happening. So I think, we took advantage of those North Korean aviation trips when we could. And I filmed them all, and I produced basically an aviation series on my trips. And yes, so the North Korean stuff is premium content here on my on the YouTube channel, as well as it's all available on the JetFlix TV as well. And I've got more of the North Korean stuff too, actually, because I haven't done the 2014 tour. I think I only did the 2015 tour. So I've got a whole year. I've got the whole tour from 2014 that needs to be presented. And I did a lot of filming. It was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it was quite a memory, North Korea. Quite a memory. And I must say, they treated us very well for the most part. Anyhow, let's do a battery change. It's a bit quiet right now, so I will do a battery change. Get that done. The battery's at 17%. So I'll just do a countdown here. And then we'll get the battery changed. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll change the battery, and then I'll be back. We're back. So, a WestJet 37's landing right on this runway. That's the way it goes, isn't it? Yeah. Bummer. Perfect timing to miss the WestJet landing. So I got some of it for you guys. Yeah, that's Murphy's Law. That is what we call Murphy's Law. That is Murphy's Law in all its glorious splendor. Oh well, nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. So, yeah, that was nice, actually. Wow. Very cool. So a few Q400s are starting to buzz about. Just kind of watching for action here. Watching for action. Scouring the horizon. There's the WestJet that just arrived on this side. What else can I tell you guys? I've seen that they say Air Koryo is the world's only one-star airline. That's actually not true. It's actually far better than many airlines that I've flown on. So whoever put that rating system together decided to kick Air Koryo to the ground. But it's not true. Their in-flight service is actually far better than many airlines I have flown. It's the seat comfort. They serve a meal. The drink service, obviously, it's all included. So it is. Whoever came up with that one-star rating, that is a Western propaganda by whoever decided to give them the one-star rating. It is actually not a one. I've been on the airline many times, and I know how to rate an airline, and it's not a one-star airline. So, Flair, that's a one-star airline. There are low-cost airlines that are one-star airlines, but Air Koryo is not one of them. That is Western propaganda. Just what it is, but it's not a one-star airline. Their level of service, their seat, the comfort, the inclusion of meals, and all of that stuff does not actually grade them as a one-star airline. The hotels that we stayed at in North Korea were actually very good as well. The meals that we had were obviously the local people don't eat the way they fed us. The food was fantastic. I love Korean food, and the Korean food is Korean food, right? It doesn't matter if you're on the north or the south side of the DMZ. The food's the same, and Korean food is delicious. I just love my Korean food. Oh, here's another Boeing. Here's another Boeing. My goodness. We got stuff happening. Landers on this side. Great, great, great. Wow. Magnificent. Wonderful. I'll turn the radio on maybe and see what's going on, but yeah, this is nice. Very nice. Happy for that. Yeah, as far, I mean, the flight attendants on Air Koryo, I wouldn't say they're like over the top, joyous and happy. They're factual in what they do, and they serve the customers pleasantly, and that's what they do. They do their job. I've never seen any attitude on an Air Koryo flight attendant. They're attentive. And as aviation geeks, when we were on these aviation flights, you know, the pleasure flights, they were very, very, very good, the Air Koryo flight attendants. They put up with us running around the airplane, taking photos and video, and they were just very, very helpful and attentive. So I was very happy with the Air Koryo flight attendants. They let us take their pictures. They smiled for the pictures, and what can I say? For me, it was a very, very positive experience. Q400 on the roll. There we go. Something interesting maybe. What is this aircraft? Grumman Goose. Oh my goodness, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. A Grumman Goose. This is the first on our show. Look at this. A vintage Grumman Goose. Wow. Holy moly. What an incredible sight this is. Oh, I guess he's going to land on the water. Yeah, he's landing on the water. That's something to see this landing on. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see him land on the water, but seeing him buzz around is something else. Yeah, he's setting up for a water landing. amazing. The Grumman Goose. Too bad he didn't land here on the runway, but yeah, that is, wow. Wow. What a treat. What a treat. Grumman Goose. I don't think I've ever seen a Grumman Goose fly, ever in my life. So that was something. That was something, guys. That is only on JetFlix TV can you see a Grumman Goose flying. Maybe in Alaska, it's a dime a dozen. I don't know, but it is just, what a treat. You'd have to be set up on the river to see that. Oh my God, I can't believe we saw that. A Grumman Goose, guys. Oh. Yes, have to hydrate, that's right. Time to hydrate. I need to take a pill as well. The excitement on seeing the Grumman Goose. On our show, no less. Where's this Boeing going? Where's the Boeing going? Yes. The Boeing is going to Calgary, Air Canada Flight 210. Okay, we've also got a Dreamliner coming out. Dreamliner's heading to Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Not Kai Tak. Not Kai Tak. I just can't believe we saw a Grumman Goose. Maybe you guys have seen them and it's not, but for me, holy moly. So the Boundary Bay Air Show is this weekend. Okay. Thank you for stating that. YVR pushback guy, it is this weekend. Yeah, I gotta wait for the heart rate to come down from seeing the goose. That was a highlight for me, to see that thing buzz by. I filmed it. Actually, I did a little video clip, so I'll probably put it out as a vertical format video. You know, the shorts video. They call them shorts on YouTube, where they're just a few seconds. So I'll put that out as a video. That should get some eyeballs, I hope. We got a Dreamliner. That's our Hong Kong, not Kai Tak. Dreamliner taxiing out. I'm just seeing what's going on here. That Grumman Goose, it is privately owned. I've seen it dormant here in Vancouver, sitting, but I've never seen it flying. So it is a privately owned goose. It does come here in the summertime, but I've never seen it moving, busting a move. Calgary bound 37, flight 210. turn the radio on is for Mark. Showtime. On the north side, so 2 for 1 kind of. 2 heavies back to back. Happening next. Just level the camera out a bit there. WestJet coming out, or flare I should say. It's a flare. Okay, there we go. Sorry. See, I took my eyes off the camera to look at the flight radar. Everybody's going into 26 right. So the flare is heading to Calgary. It's flare flight 802. Saab 340 landing. I think they've got about a flight every hour or so. We see them quite frequently here. I would consider this to be a one-star airline. I've heard very bad reports from passengers that have flown on flare. Scathing reports, and you personally, I would not want to fly on flare. It's not the travel experience that I want to have. Saab 340 is landed. It's taxiing here to the South Terminal. Passenger flight. I'd love a flight on the Pacific Coast of Saab 340. been on a Saab 340. The reason why I've never been on one of these is because the fares are really quite expensive to fly on these aircraft. It's the last 10 minutes of our show basically right now. It's 11:48 Pacific time here in Vancouver. And yeah, we'll end the show on the hour, top of the hour, 12 minutes. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Yes, you're right, Kirsten. Canadian Spirit is, the Flair is Canadian Spirit. I've not heard good things about them. I'm sorry to say, but I have not heard very good things about Flair. Got a Delta Embraer taxiing out right now. Delta. It's going to taxi into the frame right about now. I'll just move the camera. There's the Delta. Where's it going to? It's going to Seattle, flight 4020. But yeah, we've been streaming for about 3 hours, so, you know, pretty much a bog standard day. Aircraft for departure, or I should say the next aircraft for departure on this runway from what I can see. Delta Sky West. Kind of at a loss for words. I'm giving my my vocal cords a bit of a break. Getting there. Yeah, my brain got tired. So yeah, my vocal cords also. Apologize for the silence. BizJet coming in on this side. Right there. Oh, maybe it's a CRJ. Maybe it's a CRJ. Yeah, it's a CRJ. Citation coming down on the taxiway here. Right there. And the Delta's turning onto the active as well. So 3 things at once. I have to make a decision. So I think we're going to move the camera down to the SkyWest that's heading to Seattle. Right there. Yeah, if I can get focus. I need a professional focus puller. There we go. That's it. So, for the BizJet fans, very quickly. There you go. That's for the BizJet fans, just so you can get the registration. I know you guys would want that. And Reggie heading to maybe heading to the States. And there is our Delta on the roll. American Airlines going to. American Airlines is heading to Dallas Fort Worth. It's flight 1415. Oh, we got another float plane in the pattern. Right there. It's a Beaver landing on the river. Down on the river, yes. It always reminds me of the Saturday Night Live sketch with Chris Farley. Whenever I say down on the river, down by the river. It's very, very. Oh, look, he's climbing. If you want to watch a funny sketch, just plug Chris Farley down by the river into YouTube and have a look. It's quite funny. Chris Farley was brilliant. Very funny comedian. Well, look at this. We got JAL on this side. Magnificent. Wow. JAL. Well done. Whew. Some nice action. Some very nice action. Brought JAL in on this side. That was a treat. That was a treat. Turbo Beaver. Some neat bits and pieces. Andrew Halford, thank you very much for the £5 donation, Andrew. Very kind of you.
Andrew says, thanks for the great stream. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very, very much, Andrew. That was a very, very kind gesture on your part. I appreciate it very, very much. There you go, Americans on the roll. Right now, coming in on this runway. I don't think there is. I do not think there is anything setting up on our side. At least we got the JAL. That was a real nice treat, actually. See JAL coming in on this side. Quite enjoyed it. There goes Customs, Canada Customs, going out to check the airplane. Yeah. So yes, not often do we see Canada Customs go and view the airplanes. So I guess, yeah, maybe it's a random thing. I don't know. Don't know. Okay, one more departure. Pilatus. We'll do the Pilatus departure. Quite the snout on that airplane. It always reminds me of a drover, actually. I'm getting burnt kerosene smells now, right? It's a quite strong burnt kerosene. Well, it only lasted a second, though. It lasted about 1 second. And I guess it was coming off the biz jet. So we'll wait for this Pilatus to fly out. We're waiting patiently. We're waiting very patiently. I don't know, there it goes. It's now rolling. So it is 12:02. I want to thank everybody for watching. It's been good fun. We've been here for about 3¼ hours doing our live stream today. And I want to thank everybody for being here. For those of you that made donations, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for your donations. Thank you very much for hitting the thumbs up. That's also very much appreciated. And thank you for leaving your comments here in the chat. So everything is appreciated. Next week, as you guys know, I'm going to be in Edmonton
We're going to the CFB Cold Lake Air Show Media Day next Friday. We'll be there, and we'll try to live stream it, and who knows what else we'll get to do, but we're going to be at the Cold Lake Air Show, the public day, on next Sunday as well. So lots happening, lots of good fun things happening. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I'd like to thank our moderators for all their help, and it's been good fun. It's been good fun. We've had a good 3-hour run. Wishing everybody a great day. Thanks so much, and we'll see everybody very, very soon. Bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.